people always like to ask relevant questions. And so the current one is, what do I pay on cryptocurrency? Do I have to pay my zakat upon it? So back in the day, we were just thinking about Bitcoin, and now we are flooded with cryptocurrencies. Now it almost seems that we're being backwards, even discussing, even considering whether it's a valid store of wealth, Bitcoin, whether it was something that even is a currency or whether it's an actual asset that can be bought for its own intrinsic value. And you remember in the videos that I said before that I had no problem accepting it as a currency to use to pay for things, and also for it to have its own intrinsic value, and therefore it was liable for zakat. Now though, things have slightly changed in that the market is now being flooded with a lot more and a lot more speculation. Now you might have thought, you might be thinking right now, hold on, a lot more speculation than Bitcoin speculation? Well, again, it's like anything in the stock market these days. Back then, when we saw the fluctuations of Bitcoins, you would never have thought that it would go to thousands, let alone tens of thousands, let alone 40 odd thousand. And as we can see right now with the big players like, we'll just use as an example, Elon Musk, when he starts making public announcements and make it, let me be very clear that nothing is random. So when he says that I am going to accept potentially people paying in Bitcoin for my own Tesla products, that was very, very planned. Him going in and buying at a certain rate and then the price then rocketing by 40% is very, very much planned. Him every other day promoting Dogecoin or Dogecoin or however you say it, the other Bitcoin, let alone all the other versions. And I will remind the viewers again, and we'll discuss this, of course, in more detail in the zakat class. This is all meant to be a snapshot. I want to say that zakat is obligatory, a haqq of the other people on your wealth. And your wealth, if it's above your threshold, then it has to be paid upon. And if it has intrinsic value, as now it is clear that these cryptocurrencies do, because A, either people are accepting them as payments, or B, people are trading them as assets because they see that they have an intrinsic value in of themselves. And I know that I'm skipping a lot of stuff, but I've already spoken about this in detail. So you can see my video on the intrinsic value issues of a digital asset. So I do believe that zakat needs to be paid on these assets if you hold them. Whether it's a good idea to hold them or not, I don't know. The prices are incredibly inflated. I don't want to be encouraging people to go in and then, it come crashing down and whatever. But if you're holding it right now and it's making your portfolio very, very high and expensive, and it's something that you're always looking to buy and sell, then it should be then liable for zakat. And of course, we're going to discuss this in more detail on whether we pay zakat on pensions and 401ks. How do we understand something which is held for the long term? I have no intention of selling it. I'm even restricted from accessing it, versus those stocks and shares or investments or houses or businesses in which we are buying and selling. Is the view of zakat upon those different? And it is, and we're going to clarify that, as I said, in the class properly. But if you are buying and selling Bitcoin and looking to buy and then sell and cryptocurrencies in the same way, then they are liable for zakat, and you should make an arrangement for that. You should be prepared for that, to pay on that. But just be careful. As they say, the best time to buy Bitcoin is when it was not 44,000, and the second best time to buy it is right now before it goes 144,000. That's what they say in theory. You ignore that. You just think, can I pay the zakat liability on what you already own from Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency? Wallahu ta'ala a'lam. More details, of course, on this in our class on zakat. Jazakumullah khair.